They're trying very, very hard to keep me out this game. I just got one question. What you afraid of?
I think we're gonna be friends.
Hardly. You niggas never invited this boy to the party. Standing outside in the cold rain, looking through the window, see you turn it up like car keys. So low with the mind frame, but I came with my game, cause ain't a damn thing gon' change. Stayed in my lane, probably for pace of a Dre, saying to myself, well, 8 years gon' change. So I focus on the game plan, to put them all on their knees like they about to say amen. Got them crying like Rayman, ain't a strange man, all I wanted was the screens for the bandstand. So I aim to get the stacks to the ceiling. When you hear this, you'll be feeling my story. I used to only want the money, but now I'm coming for the glory.
The closet opened up, and I've been seen in all of my glory. Suddenly, the closet opened up, and I've been seen in all of my glory. Suddenly,
So I aim to get the stacks to the ceiling. When you hear this, you'll be feeling my story. I used to only want the money, but now I'm coming for the glory. So I aim to get the stacks to the ceiling. When you hear this, you'll be feeling my story. I used to only want the money, but now I'm coming for the
We're gonna
glory.
be friends.
Remember that little scroll talking about what he's gonna do to obtain success. He was 10 toes down, made progress, while the congregation hated like Congress. I can't say I have a status, but Nipsey brought the hustle back, so now the bosses got this. We about the block back, can't stop that for the suburbs on the way to the projects. No longer treated like objects, tossed to the side, we glide, no matter with the weather. I remember living hard, so I have to stay fly, so baby, you fucking with a treasure. This ain't like a scary movie, the end it might just be a little bit gory. Nothing else is gonna stand in between me and glory.
We're gonna be friends.
suddenly, the closet opened up, and I've been seen in all of my glory. Suddenly, the closet opened up, and I've been seen in all of my glory. Suddenly,
So I aim to get the stacks to the ceiling. When you hear this, you'll be feeling my story. I used to only want the money, but now I'm coming for the glory. So I aim to get the stacks to the ceiling. When you hear this, you'll be feeling my story. I used to only want the money, but now I'm
I
coming for
think
the
we're gonna
glory.
be friends.
My mom told me not to ever let these cowards play me. You lose it all in the blink of an eye. So true, while they pointing at the white man, they planted on my back while holding a big knife. Now they're gonna need a crossbow, cause I need 50 feet before I take a seat. Back to the wall, no room for slipping. Let me see it all when it comes to take a G. There's no fakery, the money come fast like a sale at the trap bakery. You could be kidding me, I'm still here to sweet lick like you some kind of candy man. This is for the time I spent. I know that baby out there is checking for me. I guarantee it's not me, but the
I
glory.
think we're gonna be friends.
suddenly, the closet opened up, and I've been seen in all of my glory. Suddenly, the closet opened up, and I've been seen in all of my glory. Suddenly,
So I aim to get the stacks to the ceiling. When you hear this, you'll be feeling my story. I used to only want the money, but now I'm coming for the glory. So I aim to get the stacks to the ceiling. When you hear this, you'll be feeling my story. I used to only want the money, but now I'm
I
coming for the
think we're gonna
glory.
be friends.
What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? This is your boy, Mr. E, boss of the Southside Bosses, putting it down on talking but ain't saying nothing on BOSS radio, baby. You know how we like to get down, and we're not gonna ever stop getting down for you, you know? Because if we stop getting down for you right now, then ain't nobody gonna be here to pick up that slack. So we gonna be keeping it up and keeping it rocking, keeping it rolling here on BOSS radio all the time. And y'all definitely need to go ahead and hit that like button. If you ain't already subscribed to us, hit that follow button and subscribe to us at Spreaker.com/user/MR_E. And make sure you find us on your favorite streaming service. You can find us on iHeart, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Tidal, Deezer, Spotify, whatever. You can find us on it. And make sure you just represent for your boy, because, you know, we always going to keep this going. And tonight on Talking But Ain't Saying Nothing, you know, we keep coming at you with some great topics that the last time we talked, we had to bring up and talk about the bald-headed whole shit. And if y'all missed that one, definitely after this one, you're going to want to go back to that last episode, and tune in for that one as we go in on these two, in my opinion, two bald-headed hoes. I don't care how anybody else feel about that. But if you listen to it, you understand why I say what I say. But with that being said, we also have, some we want to talk about more bald-headed whole shit, but on both sides of the fence. And so y'all make sure y'all are ready to talk about this, because I know y'all been seeing y'all on Facebook talking about this, and now y'all have y'all opinions. So we're gonna be talking about y'all opinions, as well as talking about we're gonna break down the matter and actually explain why it is important for us to actually talk about this, because a lot of people, they really do not know that they need to talk about this. So we're going to be talking about the Cornball situation. If you don't know what we're talking about, hey, tune in, keep it up, because we're going to be going in live in just a moment. So make sure y'all tune in, turn up, and zone out. Let's go ahead and appease the lawyers really quickly by covering our own ass here on BOSS Radio. And when we come back, we're going to discuss why. First, we're going to break down why this is a very important topic, and maybe we'll have some people to call in. If you want to call in, just go ahead and hit us up at 267-807-9605. The access code will be 475552 hashtag. So definitely make sure that you tune in, turn up, and zone out with us. And again, let me go ahead and appease the lawyers with our little disclaimer. BOSS Radio, Southside Bosses, its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host or their guests. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of the site or the radio station, and opinions between talk show hosts may conflict. This site does not endorse anything as the truth. That you will have to judge for yourself. But we try to speak the truth on the owner's behalf and reserve the right to question the supposed truth. In this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and government corruption, it is sometimes hard to get to the truth, but we must try. It is not our intention to libel, discriminate, make hate, or annoy anyone. We believe that it is our constitutional First Amendment right of free speech to voice our opinions, and our duty to the Constitution and country to expose the truth. This site takes no responsibility for the opinions of others and the postings of comments in chat rooms or forum posts.
Have you ever seen someone do something so outrageous that you can't help but think, this stupid crazy situations happen all the time, and people get into situationships on a regular. So, what would you do if you were in their place? Check out our podcast as we discuss just that on What Would You Do podcast on iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and all your other favorite streaming services. Make sure to search hashtag What Would You Do podcast.
Already, you already know what it is.
As Mr. Flavor, I am proud to bring to you Mr. E's the Music Maestro.
There was your boy, Mr. Flavor, who you could be able to check out tomorrow night on our podcast, Reggae Hour. That's our number one podcast where we keep bringing y'all the best in the underground, because they don't even know how we get down. You feel me? So make sure that y'all tune in to turn up for that. Hit that follow button and make sure that you are ready. And we'll get you on it, and make sure that you hear some great underground reggae music, because man, like I say, man, it's a great reggae music is so great, man. Just so make sure y'all tune in, turn up for that. But we've been talking for long enough. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, apparently, there's been a lot going on with this whole Russell Wilson, Sierra, and Future. It's still going on. I thought this shit was bodied. I thought it was dead, but apparently it wasn't. Apparently it was not bodied. It was not dead. So now we're gonna have to go ahead and address it, and I'm gonna tell you why. In my all actual honest opinion, when you look at Russell Wilson, he is an epitome of what I believe every melanated man should strive to be. I'ma just put it out there. Why? Think about it. Most melanated men, when they get drafted to the NFL, NBA, or they make it as movie stars or or they pretty much they get that realm of success where they're moving with the haves and not the have-nots, and they are putting on for their family. You know, I said they doing their thing. Well, a lot of the times when they blow up, if a black man doesn't have someone already, a black woman already, they tend to to go with the white woman, which I have no problem with. I have no issue with that. You'll see what I'm getting at in a minute. Or they would leave their black woman and go with a white woman, or an Asian, or Hispanic, or so on and so forth. Which again, I'm mad that you left your woman to go to another woman when you blown up when this woman was with you for so long. So that's the issue, and that's an issue in itself. But what I'm saying here is, I also want to give a shout out to the men that stayed with the woman that they blew up with. I want to give a shout out to them. I don't care what color your wife was when she was in the struggle with you. If she the same woman that's eating eating steak and lobster at the table with you, I salute you. I salute you. I want to put that out there. But Russell Wilson is actually the first person that I know of. I'm not saying nobody else has ever done it, but he blew up, and he kicked his white girlfriend to the curb and got with a black woman, a beautiful black woman at that. Now, that's why I want to go out there and say that, you know, that's something that's admirable. He went against the grain on that one. But a lot of people kind of, they like what he has, what him and Sierra has, but there's been some controversy going on, especially since, you know, Russell Wilson is pretty much raising Future's son. I don't care how you look at it, but if you look at Future's son, for the pictures that I've seen, Russell Wilson, you could tell Russell Wilson has his fingerprint on that boy. And I commend that, because I'm honestly, hey, not to put down Future, man, but we do need more Russell Wilsons in the world. Russell Wilson has the capacity to actually if he wanted to get into politics. Because of his demeanor, the way that he carry himself, and he has a black family, so that image itself to me is something that is to be admired to me. Now, that's not in response of people calling him a cornball or corny. I'm going to give you my honest opinion about that one, which may surprise a lot of y'all. I'll give y'all my honest opinion about that later. But first, I actually wanted to talk about y'all. Everybody has so many different opinions. First, I want to start off by basically reading the picture that you see in the description. If you're listening to us on Spotify, iHeart, iTunes, all the streaming services, then you'll see this picture up there. You don't get the whole picture, but you do get the most important part. The rest of the picture is just nothing but Russell Wilson looking at Sierra, and if you see the picture, it would kind of put it a little bit in more context, though. I ain't gonna lie. That's something you might want to check out. Anyways, but the picture states that this is a chick named, or this is a page named Kashmir Lewinsky. Don't know if it's a female or a male. It could be about non-binary. It could be whatever it identifies as. I don't care no more. But they go off and say, this is starting to annoy me. He is corny. Not because he's a loving husband. Not because he has no swagger. He is not funny. He is not the man she really wanted. No, I'm sorry. He says because he has no swagger. He is not funny. He is not the man she really wanted. She settled because he made her feel secure after the trauma of being with a man who was not ready for her. That does not make him right for her. He may be right for someone, but not her. She dead ass settled. She put her ego first, and this man is right for her ego, not her soul. So I'm guessing that the dude that was not ready for her is Future. And I guess this person is a Future fan. Gotta be. after reading that. But I gather this person really does not care for Russell Wilson. It cares a lot about Future. And Future, it's not that Future isn't ready for her. Future don't want nobody. He don't want to be tied down. Why would he be tied down now? He ain't trying to be ASAP Rocky. No. And I commend ASAP. Hey, you better put a ring on that boy. You better put a ring on that $1 billion bitch. I'm sorry. Anyways, he ain't trying to do all that. You know, he ain't trying to be Offset. You know, he ain't trying to do none of that. He could have, but why? That ain't him. That's not Future. It's not that he wasn't ready for her. He did not want her like that. How many baby mamas he got? How many children he got? I ain't trying to put the man down. But obviously he does not want a steady girlfriend. Because if he did, he could have one. He could have one now with all these baby mamas he got. He ain't even got to pick none of them. He could pick another random with no kids. And marry her and settle down. But why? Why when he can have it the way he has it? And that's exactly how he wants it. I commend the brother for living the life that he lived. Because he's living his truth. He is. So, Future, I want to send my props out to you, man. Keep on pimping. You know, I can't hate on that. I ain't going to hate on that. Not at all. But when you have a lot that's going on with social media, people dipping and dabbing in other people's business. The reason why that this is even an issue is because apparently Future called Russell Wilson a cornball. I don't know what the context of it was, but I'm pretty sure that the issue that was brought up that brought Russell Wilson up in the first place would have been his son or Sierra, one of the two. And Future said his piece. He said how he felt. Hey, can't knock a man for feeling the way he feel. Like I say, I don't care that you don't like me. Just know that I can fight. That's all. Just know I can fight real well too. That's all. That's the only thing I care about you knowing. Because I don't give a fuck about you not liking me. That ain't got shit to do with me. Just know I can fight. Shit. But it just shows you a lot that people are quick to try to stir up a pot. Now, this whole social media fiasco is pretty much labeling Russell Wilson as corny because he has no swagger, because he's not funny to certain people. Kashmir Lewinsky, not funny. He is not the man she really wanted. I'm not sure where they got that from. Because every time I see them, it's like they I mean, to me, I don't know what's going on behind doors, but from what I've seen, correct me if I'm wrong. This is why we have an open line that you can call. If you need that number one more time, that will be 267-807-9605. Or you can just type on our chat room on Boss's Retreat in Facebook, or you can come to Spreaker.com/user/MR_E, or go to SBCmovement.com and just go ahead and leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you think. If you're listening to YouTube, it ain't too late. Just because it ain't live, go ahead and hit that comment and let me know what you think. Because if he isn't the man that she really wanted, I just wanted to clarify that. That's it. Because from what I've seen, she's deeply in love. She's, I mean, when she says she's happy to be where she's at, I believe her. And I'm quick to, I know a liar. Trust me, I know a liar. I know a few of them. Anyways, but how she settled for somebody who has $100 million contract with the NFL is beyond me. That's beyond me. I don't understand how. Where that came from, where that is applicable, because in that case, then can I settle too? Shit, I mean, fuck. $100 million settlement, I'll settle. I ain't gotta pay lawyers either. Ain't gonna be happy for the rest of my life. Fuck that shit. Where I sign? That's a hell of a settlement. I'm just saying. That's a hell of a settlement. But she settled because he made her feel secure after the trauma of being with a man who was not ready for her. I still would say that's a really pretty good reason to settle, wouldn't y'all? I mean, ladies, chime in too. Y'all can call in and let us know. Is that a accurate? Can I accurately say that you would want to feel protected and to feel secure? I mean, I think we discussed this last week on the last episode that y'all better check out after this episode. But y'all wanted to be protected, right? Because that was a whole big thing with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. He was protecting her honor. He saw how she looked and me. Y'all quiet this week though. I wonder why. Go check out the last podcast. I'll tell you why. But for real though, just this to me hardly makes any sense. And then to say that does not make him right for her. He may be right for someone, but not her. Well, if she's happy, why is it he right for her? Again, line is open. Tell me what I'm missing. She dead ass settled. She put her ego first. And this man is right for her ego, not for her soul. How would that? I'm trying to get how that I do not understand. I'm not even going to fake the funk on that, so I'm not even going to touch that. What I'm going to do is ask y'all to explain that to me. How is that right for her ego? How does that? I know that you say people can feed your ego. Is that what it is? Is this person saying that he feeds her ego and makes her head bigger than what it really is, and that she doesn't really love him? She just loves how he makes her feel. Love. I mean, again, I'm not even trying to bullshit. I'm honestly, seriously, look at this face. I'm kind of lost on this one. I really do want to know exactly what that means when it comes to being good, right for an ego. Because I kind of need somebody to be right for my ego, so my ego can get a little bigger. Man, look here. I mean, I know I'm packing down there, but damn, I'm just not caring. For real, like I need somebody to beef my ego up, but not for sure. So, looking at the comments, we got. I was hoping some of these people would tune in, but I know it's kind of late on a Tuesday night. So, but we're gonna go ahead and I want to talk about a little bit of this because I have some people who say that he is a cornball. A lot of people say he's a cornball, and I have other people that say he isn't a cornball. And they honestly want to know what makes him a cornball. So let's go ahead and go over a couple of these. And hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. Give me one moment. But we're gonna go over a couple of these, and maybe we can get some clarification. So the first one he came on here. All he put was a good gift. It do be facts though. That's why I was hoping I can get him on, but because he didn't really go into it, but he did go and say anyone with any bit of black culture is going to agree. And I can see that. Because Russell Wilson doesn't embody the black man. He doesn't. I give you that. So I guess this would be one of the ones where you have to take a perception, because honestly, the image of the black man that I seen and that I know of is two complete different images. I've seen the images that I'm used to seeing on TV are images of just thugs, gangsters, woman beaters, players, max, pimps, it's like thieves, crooked police. It's pretty much that narrative. That's what I see in the media. But when I look around me in everyday life, I see Russell Wilson's. I see black men taking care of their children. I see black men going to school. They do way more than I do. I ain't gonna lie, they do way more than I do. But they are very well involved in their children's lives, very well involved in their wives' lives or their girlfriends' lives. Some of them just don't believe in marriage, and that's their right to do whatever they feel. But they've been down with their girls since day one. Don't get me wrong. I do know where they get the image of that they show in the media. I know where they get it from. We full of it. We full of it. We are. But that's not the only narrative for the black man that should be exploited. So now with us looking at Future, who is one of the men that they actually tried to portray negatively in the media for decades. Not him personally, but his image. Calling a man that is an average black man, if you in my experiences, is an average black man and I'm gonna tell you why it's average, because black people in the 60s and 70s started moving out of the ghetto and into the suburbs, and they started doing better in life, becoming doctors, becoming lawyers, and they moved to the suburbs, and this is the result of that. Russell Wilson is the result of that. So yes, I still consider him part of the black culture. It may be I'm not gonna lie, the culture may be a little bit watered down, but maybe that's exactly what we need. And I'll talk about that a little later. So next comment came on there. It was like, we don't know how a person is if they not willing to open up. People trying to figure out why he's so quiet. And I said it. Yeah, I agree with this. The quiet ones are usually the most dangerous ones. They're the darkest ones. So maybe he trying to hide some in the term. I don't know. Or maybe he just doesn't want to put up with the nonsense. Maybe he really don't want to put up with the nonsense. Another woman comes on and says he's corny, but they are good for each other. And I have to ask a little bit more. But what does make him corny? She said it. He's vanilla. There's nothing wrong with vanilla men, but to me, I find those men corny. And in a good way. All right, I can see that, because he doesn't have the regular, like the girl said up here, because he has no swagger. He has no bop to him. He has no style to him. But if you look at him, he does like the style he does have a style. It just is his own style. It's something like it ain't nowhere near Cam Newton. Nowhere near Cam Newton style. Love you, Cam. Nowhere near Cam Newton style. And this man actually has a nice. I like the way he dressed, to the point where I've modeled not after him, but because I had already had that wardrobe before he even blew up. But I'm getting it back now, and I'm noticing that he has that same dress code that I have, and I can tell why. Because Sierra. She knows. She took it, because before he wasn't dressing right. I'm not gonna say he was a Cam Newton again. I'm not gonna say, God damn Cam. Love you, man, but damn. Anyways, he's not a Cam Newton. Which we're gonna be talking about Cam Newton. He's back in the headlines. We're gonna be talking about him after our break. But he's not. I can see what she means by he's a vanilla, and it ain't a bad thing. He's just doing him. He doesn't want to be the stereotypical image that they see on TV, so he tries to stay away from it completely. And another woman comes on and says that how the fuck is he corny? He's a professional athlete. He goes above and beyond for his family. He married Sierra when she was a lonely baby mama and has had nothing but love for her first child. He stepped up when Future didn't. Anybody who says he's corny, hold on, I got to see more, because she probably wrote a novel. Nah, not really. Anybody who says he's corny clearly has no idea of what a good man actually is. Okay, that's it. So she's saying he's not corny. He's just a good man. I agree with that. I agree with that. He is a good man, because I would rather you raise another Russell than raise another Future. I'm sorry, Future, love you, man, but goddamn, I'm gonna keep it real with you. You may got some shit you want to say about it. Hey, I understand. Say it, my nigga. You more than me. What I'm gonna do? Run from it? I'm right here. Anyways. But some say that he is a good man, just a corny man, and I was like, can there be a difference, or can he be both? She's not pretty much she. I'm not gonna say she doesn't understand what corny, but she's asking, what about him is corny though? She doesn't see anything about him because I'm guessing that's more of her side, more of her style. So this is all perception. This is all perception. He's not corny to her. He's corny to the last woman. That's just perception. That's it. But I go on and further and I say, to me, being corny just means you lack style. Not being a good man to a woman. But this post says that he's corny because of how he treats Sierra. And she fires back. And I like how she fires back. He treats her like a literal queen, though. And style, the man's got style. People are confused for sure. How is he supposed to treat her? Like how Future did, with disrespect, but he's corny because he's sweet. Okay. Yes. So I was like, truthfully though, he didn't have any style before Sierra. But that's just like I say, people have a different idea of what corny is. And so it's all perception. And it's all literal perception. But the last comment on here, that it's pretty much what we should just be doing in the first place. Don't listen to unmarried women. Just don't. It's too much that goes along with that. And if you don't understand that, then you're going to have a hard time in this dating world. Hey, but to each his own. It's all about preference. It's all about preference. But with that being said, preference has reared his head again tonight. We're going to talk about preference and what Cam Newton is known for saying recently about women who can't cook. I want y'all to tune in for that after we have a word from our sponsor. And then we're going to have You Can Do It music video by Mr. Eat a Gutter Baby. And hey, y'all tune in for that one because that one is going to be astonishing, baby. I'm telling you, you're going to love that video. Talk about jumping out of an airplane that wasn't crashing. Here's a word from Southside Beauty Care. Skin and hair care makes the perfect gifts. Oh, yeah? Yeah, especially when it comes in all natural forms for Southside Beauty Care. Our gift boxes include natural and raw black soap from Africa, hair and beard oil that will make your hair strong and shiny, beard balm with essential oils such as cedarwood, hoe wood, and more to style that manscape on your face. I could use that. Our signature skincare cream designed to quench your skin's thirst and make it shine like Bruce Leroy in The Last Dragon. Did you just show your age? Get your box today at SouthsideBeautyCare.com.
Negra Beats. Scorp Beats.
Don't talk to him.
When I was down, ain't nobody give a shit. And now I'm on a nigga, gotta pay the rent. I done been there, I done done that ever since I was a kid. Said I always had ambition and my dreams was always big. You can do it.
At the bottom, how the bit trapped in a cage with travesty hid it, and everybody just said drop him. I've been buried alive, left to suffer to die, but I swear to you, I never gave up. Niggas squirming on the ground, tell them stay down, but I found a way up. Ever since my mom passed, I wandered throughout the wilderness, and she your dilly misses. I never get the miss, never got used to the awkwardness. I'm feeling deep down in my chest. Use it as a pass and drive to get up on the grind and try to make it out the gutter. Born in it though, so all I ever had was the everlasting less a struggle till I get a come up. And I can't stop there. My oldest Naciel needs a house on 100 acres real quick. Joaquin needs his own business that will have him on all 7 continents making deal pics. Only thing broke will be the generational curse. I won't leave my children living off worse. When cowards got to punch my ticket, then they got a brother leaving this all right here in the hearse.
When I was down, ain't nobody give a shit. And now I'm on a nigga, gotta pay the rent. I done been there, I done done that ever since I was a kid. Said I always had ambition and my dreams was always big. You can do it, you can do it. Don't play no games with you can do it, you can do it. Yeah, listen, you can do it. You can do it. If it's wrong, then make it right. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, you can do it.
Fell from the top real hard, put in my work, you could call me Hustle God. Charged up like a cell phone, now it's on, so I'm guaranteed to make it to the top. Fell bad, let the fade blow away, took the ritter, stayed in with a bulldozer, made a new way. When you focus on success, it's the best design when it comes to your different mind states. Wait, patience was the key when it all fell down, had to understand that it wasn't in the plan. Goddamn, many hypocrites smiling as I fell, hoping that I'd break when I land. I couldn't see what I had was a pocket full of trash, as all the cowards that claimed to be my friend. Really hung around for the joy, never down for the boy, never wasn't even my fan. Can I get a do-over, leave their ass when I'm sober? Gotta focus on the spirit, getting a little colder. Everything I do is soda from the flow up, had to own up and roll like a boulder. True soldier, lit up boss my frame, no way I'ma play, stop acting like you lame. I'm out of my business, doing me show, this outside riding, staying in my lane. Baby.
When I was down, ain't nobody give a shit. And now I'm on a nigga, gotta pay the rent. I done been there, I done done that ever since I was a kid. Said I always had ambition and my dreams was always big. You can do it, you can do it. Don't play no games with you can do it, you can do it. Yeah, listen, you can do it. You can do it. If it's wrong, then make it right. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, you can do it.
BOSS Radio. BOSS Radio. BOSS Radio. BOSS Radio.
Make sure y'all join us for Morning Cup of Tea podcast coming out real soon. You heard me? Yeah. Man, look at here, man. Y'all don't even know what's going on in this game, man. I was going to be waiting on for other callers, but we're going to go ahead and end that right now. And if y'all want to leave a comment, definitely leave a comment on our website, sbcmovement.com. You'll definitely see these up. And we're going to look, there's so much that's going on. This social media is nonsense. It's just getting ridiculous, man, to say the least. People are going haywire. I do want to make sure that y'all understand that there's still a war. You know that, right? There's still a war out there. I know we ain't been talking about it. Been keeping up with it, but we ain't been talking about it. Don't want to put too much emphasis on that war, because I still want you to understand that there's still things going on out there in the world. There's still COVID. Even though most people have been acting like it doesn't exist, there's still COVID out there. Make sure y'all, I ain't gonna say make sure y'all mask up. Do whatever you want to do, but stay safe doing it. If you can't stay safe doing it, then don't do it. That just should be common sense, right? I just thought it was common sense. But since it's not, make sure y'all use y'all common sense, man. It is not that hard. But with that being said, common sense should actually come a little bit more common, but it's not. So when you hear things on social media, you don't need to just take them. Don't just take it for face value. Some of that stuff be wrong, just wrong, and some of that stuff be just strictly preference, and y'all be jumping down a person's throat like it is actually they're saying that it's actual law. Now, I'm not even going to comment on because I know I told y'all I was going to tell you. Oh yeah, Russell Wilson is corny, but he's a good corny. I hope y'all picked that up in that. He is corny, but I love that about him. I'm glad to see, and I hope Sierra loves that about him. I'm pretty sure she does, But we got Cam Newton commenting on women who can't cook, don't know when to be quiet. Now, that's just right there. Hey, I'm going to say it right there. Sometimes that be the truth. Sometimes that be the truth. Out of my dating experience, that has proven to be true on more levels than one. So, I'm not going to say all women who can't cook don't know how to shut up. But for the most part, in this new generation, it just seems to be that yeah, he's right. The ones who want to have all this to say about what's going on, like the main ones, I'm gonna tell you like this: the Team Tashas and the Team Jadas. Put it just straight like that. Team Tashas and Team Jadas. They are like fucking ridiculous. They got all this to say, but couldn't boil eggs. Can't even boil water. Burn pot boiling water. How do you burn the pot? But never mind. Don't even answer that. Anyways, when you see that when it takes effect, when it takes a hold of the social norm, then it becomes a detriment to relationships. I'm not saying that every woman needs to be barefooted in the kitchen pregnant cooking. That ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I know how to cook because that's a basic survival method. You can't survive on eating out all the time. You can't survive on ramen noodles all the time. You have to know how to cook. Why? Look what happened during the pandemic. They shut everything down. Bitches in the house don't even know what to do. They couldn't DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eat, or any damn thing. They end up looking at all that food in the cabinet like, what the fuck do I do with that? What is this shit? Beans? What is the fuck is the... Beans don't look like this. And I'm just saying, how do you not know how to cook as a human being? How can you as a human being sit there and say, I'm never going to have to feed myself a day in my life? And if you do, chips is not, you're going to die. You're going to die off that stuff. Just eating nothing but... I could just imagine that, and I'm not trying to make light of the suicide rate during the pandemic, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them came because they were depressed because they could not get out and go eat. And I ain't talking about fat asses. See, fat people, they know how to cook. They know how to cook something. They gonna eat. That's one thing about a fat person. That's why, hey, I like fat women. I'm not calling my fiance fat. That's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I know a fat woman gonna feed me. So if I'm attracted to a big woman, I won't try to talk myself out of it, because it's a lot of y'all dudes out there be doing that. That shit is just weird, man. That shit is weird. If you're attracted to it, you're attracted to it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I love big women. I had me a few in my life. Shit, they were big and beautiful too, boy. Oh my God, the way they were looking at me when they was eating that meat. I'm just saying. I'm not talking about that. Get your mind out the gut. I'm talking about that steak. Tube steak. Anyways, when you hear all that, when you hear all that, you actually, I'm sorry, you dudes be weird. I'm gonna say that one more time and I'm gonna move on. Y'all dudes weird for trying to talk yourselves out of being contracted to a big woman. It's just because she's big. That's fucked up and that's weird. And you got to go get some help. But anyways, but these women, they can't cook, and these are the ones that call themselves bad bitches and shit like that. And I remember Amber Rose and her slut walk, I believe had a real effect. It did. It had a real effect. It did. She was successful. I give it to you. So I can't be mad at anybody who wants to be a bad bitch, but this should not be what we want. Man, y'all got to do better. You know, because during the interview, Cam was asked to explain the difference between women and bad bitches. This is exactly what he said. He said, a bad bitch is a person who is, girl, I'm a bad bitch. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part. And there's a lot of women who are bad bitches. And I say bitches in a way not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem as a boss chick. This is ridiculous. A bad bitch is a female dog that shit in your living room. I'm sorry. I remember hearing my uncle yelling at the dog, that bad bitch out of this motherfucking house before I kill her. Man, but Cam goes on to say, now a woman for me is handling your own but knowing how to cater to a man's needs. Nothin said, and I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of I'm a boss bitch, I'm a this, I'm a that. No, baby, but you can't cook. You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead. And I'm going to save that for Passion Hour show. On the last part, allowing a man to lead. I'm going to tell you like this. Yes, a man should be able to lead. He should be able to lead his household. And any woman that does not allow a man to lead his household should be single. She should be single. Or just look for there's beta males out there. I can't just do that to y'all. There's plenty of beta males out there, but don't be talking about you can't find no real good man when you won't even let him lead the household, because that's why y'all created us, to protect, to provide, and in order to do that, we have to lead. This is what y'all created us for. So let us do our job. But you again, you can't even do anything for this man, because a lot of these bad bitches, they are quick to tell you what a man got to do for them, but they can never tell you what they bring to the table, except for good pussy and looking fire. I'm gonna look like this when you get off of work. Yeah, I can see that in the magazine. I can also put on Pornhub. I can also stroke my meat. Or I could call 50 other girls that look just like your ass, because I got you. You don't think they gonna want me? So I could either sit here and cheat on you with a bitch that at least go in the kitchen and cook, or you can take care of me and let me take care of you. And if I'm taking care of you and you taking care of me, we're taken care of. I mean, I don't know. 100 is all I got to say about that. But this is where we get. This is where like rap music has just fucked up the game. And I used to love rap music. I was one of the culprits. I was one of the motherfucking culprits. Which is why I made on my last album, I made a song to apologize for what I had, for what my music was a part of. I'm not going to say I've done it because I wasn't that successful. But then again, I don't want to sound like I'm not trying to take accountability. I take accountability for whatever I did. I know my music out there wasn't the right type of music that should have been out there. Because the music that was out there that it emulated turned women into bad bitches. Nah, it says bad bitches, but this is what I'm saying. These perceptions, your perceptions, is all fine. But you need to understand one thing and one thing only. These children's perception is a motherfucker. And that's who is being truly affected, because this is the life that they think they're supposed to have. This is why I say I applaud Russell Wilson for being the type of role model that the young future needs. I applaud him. Because he needs to be able to grow up knowing that I need to stay away from bad bitches. I don't fuck bad bitches. I just I just feed them dog food. That's it. That's all. And I don't do that if they being bad. Shit. Make her ass suffer. Make her understand. Shit. And I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about the dogs. Making the dog. Cause see, that's fucked up. 20-something years ago, if I say, hey, whoop that bad bitch. Go get a switch. Or go get my belt and whoop that bad bitch for shitting in my goddamn living room. And nobody would have, they would have knew exactly what the fuck I was talking about. Now I gotta explain what the fuck I'm talking about. For real. First of all, don't nobody go get switches anymore. Hell, these kids don't even probably get whoopings anymore, so they probably wouldn't even know what the fuck, they wouldn't know how to act if I told them to go get a belt. Go, okay, what? I don't need a belt. These are shorts. I don't need a belt for. Go get me a fucking belt so I can whoop your ass. Shit, wrong with you? But no, for real, this is just the concept. This is the kind of behavior that it affects. This is the kind of behavior that it attracts, and once it attracts, it's not going to go anywhere, because it gets smeared onto the next generation, and then the next generation thinks that's life. So when they have children, their children are born already thinking that's life. So now that's in them. That's a trait that's already genetically embedded in a damn system. So now we got to worry about deregulating that, getting that out. Detoxing that, getting that out of the system, so that they can actually start to think correctly. Like I said, it's going to, in one of my TikToks, it's going to take a damaged generation to raise an undamaged generation, so that the undamaged generation can create a more progressive generation. That means that the damaged generation got to go through their whole life without damaging the next damn generation. You know how hard that's going to be, especially for the melanated people, especially for the Asiatics. Do you know how hard that is going to be? Extremely hard. I already know I scarred my kids. Them niggas bad as fuck though. Shit, they ain't bad. I'm gonna take that back. They're not bad. They're hard headed. They're just hard fucking headed. But anyways, back to Cam Newton. So, it's nothing wrong. And ladies, there is nothing wrong with taking care of your man. It's nothing. Teach your daughters and to take care of they man, and I would teach my kids, my boys, that they should take care. I will teach my kids, my boys, how to take care of a woman, and I'm gonna tell them how to identify a woman from a bad bitch. So if you raised a bad bitch, don't come talking shit to me, because my son treated her like a bad bitch and not like a woman. That's what the fuck you raised. So, I want it to end. I want this man versus woman battle of the sexes. I want all of that shit to end. But y'all ain't trying to let it end. So if you're not going to try to let it end, what else am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to protect them for the real world. I'm supposed to get them ready for the real world. I can't protect them from the real world, but I'm supposed to get them ready for the real world. Point plain and simple. So if I'm getting them ready for the real world, and there's bad bitches in the real world, they would know how to dismiss quickly and respectfully as possible a bad bitch. Just tell her to go about her business. once you see her talk, once you see her walk, once you see her do whatever she do, and it's a red flag, and you wonder though what the hell going on, well, that's what's up. Get rid of them. Don't even play any games with them. Let them go. That's all I'm saying. Let them go. Because, well, you're going to have a whole bunch of people that's going to end up saying that what Cam Newton said was, oh, he looks like a broke woman or whatever. Like, huh? No, he looks like a woman that won't stop talking. Okay, yeah, you're right. He does kind of dress funky. You nigga, you dress funky. What the? A, do you? You are from the A. You are from the A. I can still got love for you, just like I got love for Andre 3000. But y'all niggas funky. Y'all niggas weird. And I mean the weird in the good way too. That's why I say funky at the same time. You know, keep on doing what you're doing. But yeah, this is the same Cam Newton though that I want to make sure I reiterate that. I know I put up the radio disclaimer and I don't have to, but I do want to. But he did face backlash in 2017 for making a sexist dig at a female sports reporter when he said that it's funny to hear a female talking about routes. Now he said in his interview, quote, after careful thought, I understand that my word choice was extremely degrading and disrespectful to women, and to be honest, that was not my intention, he said at the time. And if you are a person who took offense to what I said, I sincerely apologize. I knew what he meant. But I knew what he meant. What he was saying was pretty much he's never had to talk to a female about routes, so it made him feel weird. It made him feel funny. And like actually having this conversation with a woman, he's never had a conversation like this before with a woman. It's always been a man's sport. So like he's never had a female football coach. So yeah, he'll talk football with a woman all day long, but she was getting technical. She was asking him about technical plays and stuff. So yeah, he was like, oh shit. Like, wow, you saw that. Okay, that's what's up. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to portray, since you were a woman, you didn't know that. But it did catch me off guard. I got that, but yeah, that shit was funny as fuck. I mean, but see, this is what I mean. Like, people who are not readily likable are always going to have... think about it. Future comes out and call Russell Wilson a cornball, and you got bitches jumping all over that shit. And Cam Newton he says something that technically, by wording, was exactly what he was saying, what he meant, but the perception of that wording was they jumped all over him about it because they perceived what he said wrong. And I'm sorry, but I really don't feel like that's his fault. I do get it. Don't get me wrong. I do get it. But instead of jumping on him, give him a chance to explain. You would have done that and listened to him, we wouldn't be here today. But instead, everybody be trying to counsel people so fast. We can't be doing that. But let me say this, because I'm going to go ahead and end after this. Hey, stop saying I'm not canceling Will Smith. We never said we were canceling Will Smith. That wasn't a conversation. Stop trying to make it one. That is some fucking weird shit, man. But with that being said, ladies, I do want to say one thing. I'm sorry. Gentlemen, I do want to say one thing to you. I'm sorry. So let's start trying to do things to make it a little better for us. Stop with the perceptions and then trying to counsel people because of your perception of what was said. That's not fair. That means that nobody can really talk. They can't talk anymore. They can't be who they are. We was at one time, we was able to understand what now we're speaking the same language and we can't understand a word, that we can't understand each other. It's like, how? Why? But it is what it is. Now you got two, and both of them happen to be NFL quarterbacks. I didn't even peep that. We got two NFL quarterbacks that were the brunt of the story because of women. And it's totally different from last week when we was talking about the two brothers last week, Will Smith and Kanye. Again, you got to go to, after this podcast, when we get off in a minute, you better go back to the last podcast. And, yeah, you feel me? Listen to that, because I'm telling you, you're going to crack the fuck up. Also, we're going to be dropping a whole new cartoon series for these podcasts real soon. So if you have a hard time actually listening to these, or you just want to be entertained by watching, because I know it's a lot of podcast vlogs out there, we definitely going to have a treat for you. Coming this Friday, we're gonna release it before Friday, but this Friday we're gonna push it out. We're gonna push it out as a premiere on YouTube. So y'all make sure that y'all are ready for that, because I'm telling y'all it's gonna go down, man. It's some good stuff. BOSS Radio and Southside Boss Connection, Southside Bosses Marketing and Media. We'll always have something great coming for you. So make sure y'all go ahead and hit that follow button, that subscribe button, that like button. Also hit that share button and follow us on your favorite streaming service. Again, we're on Spotify, iHeart, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Deezer, and more. And all we ask is for some support. Go ahead and come through. You're not spending anything. You don't have to spend anything unless you like. You definitely want to get one of these gift boxes from our sponsor, Southside Beauty Care. That way you know you got your mother's gift out the way, man, because it's a month away. That means you got time. It's about to be 3 weeks away. So make sure that you order yours today. All you have to do is go to SouthsideBeautyCare.com to get a Mother's Day box. And if you want, you can also get a t-shirt. All of it will be 15% off with the coupon Mother's Day 2020. No, I'm sorry, 22. 22. Just 22. Mother's Day 22. I don't know why I was about to bring 2020 back, y'all. Come on, man. God. Y'all help me, man. Y'all help me. I'm about to curse this all over again. Alrighty, but like I said, I hope y'all all enjoyed yourselves this evening. This is more music by me, your boy personally, Mr. Eat a Gutter Baby. And I'm sorry, and I hope y'all have fun. Y'all tune in for our next podcast. Tomorrow night is Mr. Flavor on Reggae Hour, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, baby. You already know what we got going on here, you feel me?
BOSS Radio.
I run the streets up and down with my partner selling whatever I can, trying to make that dough. I hit the studio, grab the mic, and I was spitting real hype like I'm at a show. I would dog y'all loud, call you bitch and a hoe, all because you wouldn't look this way. And then when I had you, didn't show that I care, so I'm all alone to this day. Instead of a sister, all I saw was the money, but you couldn't get a thing from me. And it's funny, think about it, at the end I didn't even see it till I ended up bumming. So now you got my mind running, heart still racing, my thoughts caged in, tears burning my skin, and it feels like fire or maybe even hot Cajun. I wanna make it up to you, queens. Please understand, I got caught up in those scenes. I didn't care about your heart, I didn't care about your mind. All I wanted what was in those jeans. As men, we protect our queens, help them fulfill whatever their dreams. It's time that we be the backbone instead of breaking their backs, provide means. So
I'm sorry, I never should have done it, but I'm sorry. You should have seen this coming, but I'm sorry. And now I sent you running, but I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm sorry. I never should have done it, but I'm sorry. You should have seen this coming, but I'm sorry. And now I sent you running, but I'm sorry. Forgive me.
I didn't see you as a brother. Instead we beef cause you wore the wrong colors. Always fighting with each other. It was alright till we put your brother under. So a fucking war started. Fuck Iraq, it was more like Chirac with the heartless. The messed up thing is that we don't even know how any of this started. Now we invited the police in, since they couldn't contain or lock us in. The whole country screaming kill us off, so the motherfuckers put us in boxes then. When I say I wanna be your friend, we got too many enemies in this land. We got the slave master and the overseers and the coons that wanna do us in. Not to mention the bankers, we need to stack this bread instead of these bodies. If we steady kill ourselves, cops shoot us down and the judge get to hang us like car keys. What would happen to us small seeds? We are born hopeless, but we can change these things. Gotta get into our minds, then get up on a grind from the kingpin to crack things. Maintaining his membrane, we got soldiers as strong as a diesel train. If we pick up the momentum and we hit them full force, we can destroy their brain. They got you seeing me as a lame, they got me seeing you as a lame. But we know they insane, so I wanna say sorry and let's break this slave chain.
I'm sorry, I never should have done it, but I'm sorry. You should have seen this coming, but I'm sorry. And now I sent you running, but I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm sorry, I never should have done it, but I'm sorry. You should have seen this coming, but I'm sorry. And now I sent you running, but I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Man, don't allow them to make us destroy us. Don't allow them to make us destroy our shit. This our home, this our family, this our love. They don't give a fuck about us. Why? Because they have us right where they want us. How many of their security force do they send when we at the club? 3 or 4. And how many of us are there at the club? At least 30 to 40. If they ain't afraid of us, why not? Ask yourself. It's because they have our mind. They control our thoughts. So they don't need to be afraid of us. But we still have our hearts. So I want you to open up yours with these words that I speak tonight. We are stronger than they will ever be. We are more intelligent than they will ever be. We are more resilient. So right now, I say I'm sorry to my sisters. And I want to say I'm sorry to my brothers. Let's end the beef. Let's get off these streets. Let's build our communities. Let's feed our seeds. Let's grow our families. Let's take care of our elderly. Let's take care of our crime. Let's take care of our drugs. Let's take care of all this that's plaguing the nation right now.
I'm sorry, I never should have done it, but I'm sorry. You should have seen this coming, but I'm sorry. And now I sent you running, but I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm sorry, I never should have done it, but I'm sorry. You should have seen this coming, but I'm sorry. And now I sent you running, but I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Have you ever seen someone do something so outrageous that you can't help but think, this stupid crazy situations happen all the time, and people get into situationships on a regular. So, what would you do if you were in their place? Check out our podcast as we discuss just that on What Would You Do podcast on iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and all your other favorite streaming services. Make sure to search hashtag What Would You Do podcast.